Hello, it's Milton Kane, the Christian Democratic Party candidate for the federal seat of Newcastle. One of the interesting things is when I came to Newcastle in 1980, there were wool sheds all around the place. A lot of those wool sheds have been torn down, and where the wool sheds were, we now have residential premises. Some of the wool sheds have actually been converted as well. It is very sad for me to note that a harbour as good as Newcastle, which had at one time in its past a fairly significant variety of products being exported from this particular port, and now it seems that we've been dropping down the variety of things. We've now just lost the wool. Apparently the last wool export from Newcastle has happened. And that will be moving to another port, another place. Australia was, in fact, at one point of time, a major export was our wool. Our wool clip was the big thing. Now it happens to be our coal. I find that rather strange in one sense, because we actually have a government that tells us that the coal is, burning of the coal is causing climate change, and we've got a tax upon that, carbon dioxide pollution, and yet we are pushing out more coal than we've ever had before, and there's huge expansion in the port to send out more coal. One of the things that we do need in Newcastle is a variety of things that we export. So it is very sad for me that we've lost the wool. Now, it's not so much the fact that losing the wool in itself, but it's what it symbolises. It symbolises that what we're doing is we're becoming more and more just like a big quarry. And that concerns me. I'm very pleased that we do still sell some grain through our port. There's not much else that we do. And that's very sad. We also have these things where, recommendations where we should build an additional coal loader, which will mean places for 4, 6, 8, who knows, number of shipping berths from another coal loader. I don't think we're going in the right direction. I really don't. What are we doing? We used to export steel. We now don't even manufacture this stuff. We used to export a lot of wool, grain, and other farm products. We seem to be consolidating, just coming to do nothing, more or less, than just simply exporting, as it were, just coal. I think there's far more to life than that. It's a very sad day that we lose the wool clip. I wish there was some way that I could change that. But obviously the wool clip is sold through private enterprise, and that's how it gets through. People have to come and they've got to examine the wool. See, selling of wool isn't just a matter of having a berth on the harbour where a ship comes in and we put the wool on and away it goes. No, it's no more than that. People come and they have a look and they inspect the wool, and so when they're in town, there's money being spent. It's a very good thing to spend. I suppose we can call it tourism. There's a lot of accommodation has to be handled. There's meals served to the people who come, the wool traders. But we've lost all of that now. And it was a very slow and quiet demise. So quiet, in fact, that until we were virtually at the end, there was not much publicity about the fact that wool was going to go to St. Elsewhere. St. Elsewhere being anywhere other than Newcastle. It's a very sad day. That's all I can say, that we've lost our wool. We need to find other things that we can export. We need to diversify in our port. That's the most critical thing. Thank you. Good night.